Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear grade 12 students in Qatar Technical School, hello and welcome to a new English lesson. Our lesson for today is from your course book, pages 32-33, review B. So let's get started. In our learning objectives for today, students will be able to use the present perfect in sentences correctly and use the past simple in sentences also in a correct way. We will begin now with the present perfect simple, and as you know, the present perfect simple means we have to use has or have plus the past participle tense. So in the case of singular pronouns or singular nouns, we use has, and in the negative we use has not, followed by the past participle. Like the example, it has rained recently. While if the subject is plural or I, we use have or have not in the negative plus the past participle form. Like the example, they have just arrived. So dear students, the rule for the present perfect simple is subject plus has or have plus past participle. Example, Ali has traveled to California. Another example, we haven't met since 2018. Now, the following keywords are the most commonly used keywords with the present perfect simple: since, for, already, yet, once, twice, just, so far, ever, and never. Of course, there are other keywords that you can search for. Now, when to use the present perfect? We use it, number one, if the time of the action is not mentioned, like in sentence number one, Ali has traveled to California. The time here is not mentioned. Number two, if the action happened in the past, but its evidence is still there. Dear students, I want you now to read the following sentences. Try to correct the verb between brackets. You have to read the sentence from the beginning till the end. Search for any keyword that can help you or guide you to the answer. You can pause the video, then come back to check your answers. Thank you so much, my dear students. Let's now check your answers. They haven't write any story yet. The key word here is the word yet, so we have to use the present perfect simple. We have the helping verb haven't, which should be followed by verb 3. Write becomes written. Number two, the abort engine has, we have the word burn out. So here the time is not mentioned. We don't know when it burnt out. So we use verb 3 or the past participle after has. So it becomes burnt out. Number 3, the explosive bolts have, so we have to change the verb detonate into the past participle, which is detonated. While in sentence number 4, the students visit the science lab yet. Here, because we have the keyword yet, which is used with negative sentences, we have to say or to write the answer as haven't visited. And in number 5, Mr. Ammar never watched this film. We have the helping verb, or sorry, the keyword never. Never is a keyword for the present perfect simple. So we have to use has because the subject, Mr. Ammar, is singular. and then we change the verb watch into past participle, watched. Dear students, let's now move to the second objective in our lesson for today, the past simple tense. In the past simple tense, we use the past form of the verb with all pronouns or nouns, whether singular or plural. So we have, for example, he, she, it, singular, I, we, you, they. They are all followed by the past simple tense. Like the example, we went to the mall last weekend. How to make this sentence negative? Again, with all pronouns or nouns, singular or plural, we use the helping verb did not or didn't, followed by the base form of the verb. Like the example, we didn't go to the garden yesterday. So the rule for the past simple tense, subject plus past simple if the sentence is affirmative, while we need subject plus did not or didn't plus base form if the sentence is negative. Like the following example, Ali traveled to California last year. He met his best friend yesterday. Now, the following keywords are the most commonly used with the past simple. Yesterday, last week, last month, last year, etc. In plus a year, in 2018, in 2015, etc. The word ago, another one is early this morning, for example, and so on. So anything that tells you about the past simple, or that tells you that the action happened in the past. Now, the use of the past simple if the time of the action happened and ended in the past. Of course, the time should be mentioned for the past simple. Now, dear students, we have the following exercise about the past simple. What you have to do is to correct the verbs between brackets. So please read the sentence well from the beginning till the end and search for the keyword, the time, and then correct it with negative or positive. Let's begin with number one. They write a story last week. The answer here, they wrote a story last week because it happened last week in the past. The second example or sentence, the abort engine burned out yesterday. So the action happened yesterday. So we change the verb burn out into burnt out. Number three, the explosive bolts detonate last time. Last time is the key word. So we change the verb detonate into detonated. Number four, the students visit the science lab a week ago. We change it into the students visited because we have the word ago. And the last one, Mr. Ammar watched this film last night. We need it in the negative form, so we say he didn't watch this film last night. Dear students, the last exercise in our lesson for today is from your course books, page 32. Complete these news items. Use the present perfect in the news in brief B and the past simple in the news in detail D. What you have to do, dear students, is to read the sentences carefully, search for helping words or keywords, then decide whether the sentence is in the present perfect or in the past simple. If it is in the present perfect, use has with singular, have with plural, then change the verb into the past participle form. And if the sentence is in the past simple, you have to change the verb into the past simple tense. Now pause the video, then come back to check your answers. Let's begin now. Number 1, an earthquake destroyed part of the town in Italy. As you can see, the time in this sentence is not mentioned, so we use the present perfect simple. An earthquake is singular, so we use has, and the past participle form of the verb destroy, which is destroyed. D, the earthquake 6.5 on the Richter scale struck the town in the middle of last night. So here the sentence is in the past, in the middle of last night. We have to change the verb strike into struck. Number 2, B, Hurricane Rita hit the coast of Mexico. Again, the time is not mentioned. We use has because the subject is singular, and hit, which is the past participle form of the verb hit. In D, we have to use reached because the sentence is in the past simple form, yesterday evening. Number 3, in B, again, the time is not mentioned, so we use has because the subject is plane, singular, and taken off, which is the past participle form of the verb take off. And in D, the action happened at 7:30 this morning, which refers to the past, so we change the verb take off into took off. Excellent, my student. In the end, dear students, I hope that you enjoyed the lesson. Please log on to your Microsoft Teams account as usual and do the quiz. Remember to submit your answers within 24 hours. That's all for today. Goodbye.